Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review where me and Aaron gonna let y'all know what happened on Drag Race All-Stars Season 10, Episode 4. We're moving along, y'all. Please help me welcome Aaron to the stage.
Thank you, everybody. Happy new bracket episode.
Woo! We are moving right along, child, and I am so happy my girl, Mistress Isabel Brooks, is taking names and even cutting off RuPaul, child. I mean, just came in, and I know it because she got a mouth on her, and she don't care. It is what it is, as she always says. It is what it is.
Yep, it was like, guess who's back? Back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she should come out to that song if she likes it.
I mean, you know, she's got a mouth that cuts a little bit like Eminem.
Girl, I like this episode. It was right straight to the point, like bam, bam, boom. It didn't give us no extras, just right straight in there. I think that's how we should begin. What you think?
Agreed.
Now, like we said, we on bracket 2, y'all. Yes, bracket 2, because Aja, going in alphabetical order, Aja Bosco and Irene the Alien finished at bracket 1 as the first 3 to compete for the semifinals round. Once all 3 brackets have top 3 queens, then we'll go into that. But for right now, we are moving along with bracket 2. Now, in case you don't know, we got Georges. We got Carrie Colby, Lydia B. Collins, the butthole of it all.
The butthole's back.
Okay, Mistress Isabel Brooks, Nicole Page Brooks, and Tina Burner. Child, me and my homegirl Erin had a cute little conversation about the origin of these names, child. And I was like, oh.
Yes. Okay. She thought there was going to be some straight up Tina Turner impersonating going on. And I said, ma'am, no.
Oh, Lord.
Ma'am, no.
I was molded. As I've been saying lately.
But yes, I do. I love to say, like, I love to like play on her name stupidly for no good reason. Like Tita burnt her, you know, like she just, I don't know, something about her where I can't just call her Tina.
Well, I need you to briefly, now y'all heard we got 2 Brooks for the second bracket. Now they are related twice. I call them twice removed.
Yes, yes.
But please explain, because girl, you know it better than I do. If you don't know.
That's a big assumption. I know that Mistress Isabel Brooks' mother is Chevelle Brooks, and yeah. I have like a very teeny tiny. I have posted some of whenever I see a drag queen on Instagram where I just think they look spectacular, I'll throw them up on my stories because I love them. And she responded with a DM like, "Thank you," you know, heart eyes or whatever. So I have an extra special fondness for Mistress's mother, Chevelle Brooks, the one in Texas. I forgot who Nicole Page Brooks' mama is, but like I think Nicole is almost like on Chevelle's like peer level, because
Yes.
Nicole is from way back in the day. No, but it's kind of like they're not related, but they like claim each other as like you said, second cousins, or like like across the pond kind of relations.
23andMe somewhere along the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, these ladies have been doing it for so long that yes. It's like, when another Jones runs into another Jones, and then you look back and you're like, oh wait, maybe we're related back in that tree.
You was on Budlong, yeah, I was on Budlong. Yeah, we was on 58th and Normandy. Yeah, that's where we, all kind of stuff, child.
Yes, because Nicole Page Brooks is from Atlanta.
There it is, and Atlanta and Houston ain't that far, child. Just take a quick trip, and take Route 66 to take you all across the country, child, and you will land wherever you land. But yeah, that was cute because listen, if you ain't watched episode 4, we're gonna let you know it ain't just Mistress Isabel, because folks was reading. Tina Burner was reading, child. Yeah, they all got something to say.
Nicole came with the jokes, but you know what? For those of you that are not, I didn't watch episode or season 2 when it originally came out, and I've only seen clips. I mean, maybe one of these days when you get your Patreon going, maybe we'll start at the very beginning and do some reviews or something like that. But I have seen Nicole Page Brooks in like interviews and different things like that, and like she's hilarious. So I very funny. I think she came out swinging with that sense of humor. So I look forward to her workroom antics.
Well, I'm just gonna give it to them for free. I ain't gonna charge nobody. I just want people to enjoy what goes on over here. And maybe one day I'll entertain Patreon. It's such an advancement from where I am. I just can't fathom it at this moment. But I'm pretty sure it's in the future, because I'm not even monetized yet. Y'all, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Tell folks. I just need just a little bit more. The views are viewing. Let me tell you, they're getting up there. I anticipate monetization in 2025. I can see it.
That's right.
See it.
To the moon.
Yes, to the moon, child. But right here is where Ru Charles.
Hey, that's a name. Ru Charles Paul. Yes.
That's too. Because Michelle was doing her imitation. So they was both Ru and Charles, confusing.
Yes.
But this is right here was where they were introduced to how the game goes. Of course, we know the 3 weeks of competition. Top 3, gets the standing, like we did with Aja, Bosco, and Irene the Alien. So now they're being introduced to that, and also what they're going to be doing for this challenge. And it's the Maxi Challenge, which is create one high fashion look from an 8-ball worth of items. 8 items, all incorporated to manifest into one high fashion look called the 8-ball Eleganza.
You realize that it's really not referring to the Magic 8-ball.
Girl, speaking of,
I just thought I might want to point that out since you had no idea where Tina Burner's name came from.
Yeah, I heard the jokes. I'm familiar with 8-ball, street pharmaceuticals, and all the that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it, but I thought it was cute at how they had to make up a high fashion look with all of these different items. I wonder who chose the items, child, because it looked real difficult at first, but the look came out kind of cute, and how they orchestrated them. So I was fairly pleased.
You don't even think about trying to get on Drag Race and think you're going to escape constructing your own outfit. Okay? Period.
Learn how to sew.
figure out how to make sure you can make something cool. I mean, I would suggest you learn how to sew, but if you refuse to, you better know how to do some other stuff. Crocheting, I don't know, something.
And you can't just shotgun your way to the top. Just FYI. Many have tried and failed. Now, this so-called 8-ball. All of them gets an 8-ball that's going to be delivered. But these cute little, I like these little outfits. We can always tell where George's is. That's the shortest one of all.
Yes.
But I thought it was a little cute just to put up there. I love this pale pink. Something about this pale pink just sends me. I love a good pale pink.
Yes.
But anyway, so Rue said that he'll be sending over these 8 balls. And of course, the pit crew comes in and they are large and in charge, child. I'm talking about the 8-ball. I'm talking about the 8-balls.
Well, I'm talking about the padding in their drawers is what I'm talking about. They got those boys stuffed.
There's a little close-up, child. But anywho, so they're getting all their oh, excuse me, a little tickle. So they're getting all their stuff and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And of course, RuPaul checks in on everybody. And this is Tina Burner. First up, Tina says she got a lot to prove because she didn't stay long, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. She didn't really get a chance to show all of what she had. She didn't give it her all, but she is like Irene in bracket 1, immersed in showing that she is here to stay.
She was like mid on her season. She was like she had horrific drag though. Everything was ketchup and mustard. Ooh. Red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. No, it was not good because she was doing Tina Burner, so like everything was flamey and it was like Ronald McDonald. It was just not good. Ooh. Yeah, so she has a lot to prove in that arena. But she had plenty of personality and stuff like her first season. But no, the drag is mocked to this day.
Well, she can read because her and Esbo was going back and forth like whoop de whoop de bam de bam.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, she I think is an established New York queen. She's seasoned, very popular, like regular in P-Town. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, so she don't care about Mistress. She said, you know, we can all see that Mistress is talented, but I don't think any New York queen is afraid of Mistress.
Yeah, it's just something about the grit in New York City where, like, you know, it's either sink or swim, literally. Yep. You will be in the harbor if you don't make it. And just to add, she is a working queen. Hello, absolutely. She just sitting back waiting for RuPaul to call her. She took off of her job to come.
Yeah, no, she was working before her season on Drag Race, been working after.
There you go.
Know, yeah, she's absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, I'm going to, Houston in about 5 weeks, and I'm going to try and make it to Hamburger Mary's if they're available, if I'm available, and it all meshes out because I want to see a drag show when I'm out there. I saw some folks that I follow. They went to the show and it was real cute. So,
all right,
see what's up.
I love it. Yeah, you can give us a little review.
I sure will. And the funniest of them all. What's her name?
Nicole Paige Brooks.
Nicole Paige Brooks. And just letting Rue know, of course, what she'll be doing. They had a little funny banter due to the last name Brooks and relation, and it was kind of funny.
Well, also. Yeah, and also too, they were reminiscing because they kind of started this dynasty together, season 2. The only thing they can do is bring back another, queen from season 1, where it was real rough, But yeah, she's a very funny queen. She's gonna probably we'll see her shine. I'm curious. I don't want to ruin it, but next episode, I'm very curious to see what she brings, talent wise and stuff. So
now, y'all take heed to the articles of clothing and what came out of the 8-ball that they're bringing, because when we show you their final look, you'll see how it all came together.
Yes, then they have to use all 8 pieces of or types that came out of the 8 ball.
So of course, one Brooks come, the next Brooks follow, and child. First of all, Mistress Isabel just took over because instead of answering the question RuPaul gave, she said, "Well, hold on, RuPaul. Before you even go there, I want to know what was going on in the previous conversation because I heard my name called. And now, don't call me if you don't want me to come. So what the hell was y'all talking about?"
Yep, she same old mistress.
Don't boss RuPaul around on her own show, child. I'm like, what is going on?
Just how RuPaul likes it.
And then, like you said, had the nerve to say, "Well, I should have won when I was here last time, but I came back to see what's up." So,
yep. I didn't change anything. Said I didn't change anything. I was supposed to win the first time.
Now that was season 15, right?
I feel
or 16. 16.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And if y'all watched that season, if you know, you know, because folks was looking mad and upset on that stage. Her and Lux, all of the controversy. Well, that was with Anitra and Sasha.
That's 15. That's 15 because Sasha Colby won that season and handed it to Nymphia.
That's right. Thank you. So
yeah.
Okay.
That's the way I do it.
They were 15.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
15 because 16 has Saphira in them on there. Yes. Okay, so 15 was the season, and if you know, you know, because it was just on their face. They were just mad, but it was something introduced, and like it is here with the four extra points being being distributed by those bottom 4 of each week. You know, it all depends on who gets those points. So it could be a game changer once those 4 points are distributed. And unfortunately, I think it was because I think they're recording everyone winning, but only announcing the actual winner type. It was kind of weird when it was first discussed. So I can understand why they were frustrated.
Yes.
But anywho, that was then. And this is now. So, Mistress, do your thing, girl. Don't be crying over spilled milk. So just do your thing, mamas. Next, we got Georges, also from, I think, I didn't see her on 14, but I saw her on All Stars 9.
Yeah, the one before this. No offense, okay. I love Georges, but I didn't need you right now, boo. I didn't. You're cute, but anyway, all right.
So I came in on 15 because I don't remember watching 14 or before. I think I was kind of watching them as they were popping in or just whenever I had time. But I think I came into all of this on 15 and All Stars 8.
Yeah, I mean, Georges is adorable. I think maybe even almost prettier than All Stars 9, but like you could have picked. I also heard that it was hard to get queens to do this because of the format. A lot of queens didn't want to mess around with this, so that might have something to do with it too.
Well, you can't win unless you participate. So it is what it is, And it's great exposure. Even if you don't win, you never know how it can help you out.
Well, it depends. Like if you're already doing something, you're making money, you got to take time out. You also have to spend a lot of money on your package. You know what I mean? And I think some of the queens didn't like the idea of only getting paid for 3 episodes worth of work if you didn't make it up to the semifinal. Meanwhile, you're putting in like $30,000 or around, for your outfits that you put on, that kind of thing. So,
I don't know what to say about that, but
yeah, we're happy.
choices.
Yeah, yeah.
But so far, they're all doing great. You haven't seen nothing crazy looking or trifling.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say trifling. I wouldn't go that far, no.
After Georges, we have the incomparable of the Colbys, Carrie. This is Sasha's baby girl.
Yes. Tranos, as they call her. I think they call her Tranos because on her season, which I think was 14, or 13 or 14, like
yeah, her and Georges were together.
Yeah, like that's right. At least 2, maybe 3 queens came out as trans. So they were talking about how she was converting everybody because she's so beautiful. You just can't help but have your inner trans woman feelings blossom.
So her and Bosco have that thing going on, man.
Yes, they do. They're both beautiful ladies. Bosco is a little bit more my style in some ways, but then at times Carrie, Carrie is stunning. So
yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she's got work done, but it looks
quite
great.
a bit. Yes. She got a nose job
great.
and a lip flip and a do. But this is the art of drag, baby, and that's what these ladies do. Ladies, these ladies and gentle thems, he, she's, all of them. They're getting work done so that the makeup, the mug looks right.
And then we have the returning Lydia B. Collins.
I have some tea on this.
17 last week. She came this week.
The reason that I heard that she is here is that Maddie Morphosis was supposed to be on, and then something happened right at the very, very, very last minute. Maddie Morphosis is a heterosexual drag performer, a boy, an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yes, but something apparently happened, and he was barred from competing, and they had to.
Lord,
yeah, we don't know. Like it's not. They don't. Everybody's speculating. It wasn't that Maddie. From what I heard, word on the curb, it was not that, which is AKA Willem and Alaska's podcast, and I think also on Roscoe's. Maddie wanted to perform. It wasn't a question of she pulled out or he, that they pulled out at the last minute. It was more that something came up and they had to halt production for 5 days so that poor little Lydia could get her butthole back together. So she only had 5 days to really get it together for this.
They had to separate her from Corey for about 5 days, child.
Yes. Well, you know what? Actually, they talked about how they it took them a second to reconnect after the show, not like too long, but like there was a pause from the show and in between them really getting together in a relationship, and part of that reason is because this little baby was shooting this.
Well, big ups to them. I hope they continue in their relationship. They seem to be a great fit. Big ups to them. I hope they make it last forever like Keith Sweat.
Yeah, and Corey is killing it on social media with all her stuff, and killing it on World of Wonder with like some shows of her own where she's turning her makeup into different queens and stuff. So yeah,
good for her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See what I'm saying? A quick little something will bring all kind of favor to you. Just just let it work. Let it work.
I think we'll see Corey on All Stars sooner rather than later.
Girl,
I feel it in my spirit.
Maybe another drag race.
Oh, drag queen versus the world or something.
I don't know that big. Maybe something a little less.
Yeah, because she doesn't have the drag taste for that yet.
Yeah, I think we need to see some more looks before
she does need to elevate her drag. She needs to go on tour for a while. She needs to age up. I'd give her like at least 2 years, but she's having fun. It's great.
I'm glad that she is. Yes, baby. Yes. Now we're gonna go to the runways, y'all. You know how we do. Dun 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 dun. Cover girl, child, Lord.
Oh, don't walk away, Rue, walk away.
It's so busy, you can't really see that. I thought she looked pregnant. Now we all know she ain't that. But Lord Jesus.
I want to know where her neck went. Her shoulders and ate her collarbones ate her neck.
I don't like this, Rue.
Nope.
And again with that hip thing.
This is
let it go like Elsa.
I think seriously. I think that Rue would look great in an Elsa braid. I believe that this is supposed to be some kind of reference or nod to the guest judge. Was it Diane Burgess or whatever their names? I'm sorry to that lady. But it is horribly fitting, and Rue looks terrible in it.
And you can see TS is looking at her like, girl, what you
doing? Yeah, Michelle, for once, her cleavage doesn't look so smashed down that it looks crazy. I want to say congrats.
Yeah, she looks high fashion.
Right? For once, Michelle's boobs do not look like they look like they're there.
She got some accent like the drags do.
Yes, and
accent to give a little more fluff look.
Well, yeah, and I think they're also like allowed to be a little more free, you know, to where where some of the other outfits they've been smashed down, and they need all the freedom they can get.
Because it looked like she got that shoulder pad thing going, like you mentioned. But here's the woman you were referring to as far as why this look is happening.
Yes. Oh, yes. Go flashback to her. What is it again? Oh,
Bursch.
Oh man, see, look at I said Diane Burgess or something.
Same difference.
No, yes. Oh man, Cheryl Canning. For those of you that watch the pit stop, that's a Mo Hart quote. Instead of Carol Channing, she kept calling her Cheryl Canning. It's still like the same thing here. Anyway,
if Rue's top was like that, instead of so much smaller, and because let me tell you, it looked like she's stuffed and she's pregnant.
And just like just a plus size lady.
Girl.
And she's not. That's the only reason I say that.
Nowhere near. But you know, listen.
Yes.
It is what it is. We're just gonna move on. Let's just move on to runway.
Yeah, let's do.
Pretty much why we're here. Now, of course, Georgia's 8-ball Eleganza. 8 things that she has used to make this work for her from the neck down. Faces beat.
Yes, she is a beautiful queen.
.org.
Oh, this is another reason. We just saw Jewel Sparkles, and I just feel like they're a little too similar for me to, anyway. This is well done for not being able to sew. This is like hot glue gun.
That has to be 40 to 50 inches of goo gobness of bundles. I mean,
oh yes,
gots to be just looking fabulous. Go ahead, Georges. I like that.
Yeah, no, I thought this was well done. Regardless of how she made it work, she's one of the rare few that doesn't need to sew and manages to get by.
I wasn't impressed.
I didn't like this.
It was like, girl, you going to the beach? Are you in Hawaii?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
Let's just have to look at it one more time.
It kind of has some fun movement when she was walking down the runway, and that's me saying something nice. Otherwise, it's a no.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was just movement all over. It was just movement. Just movement.
No cohesion. Like no fashion, just relying on her body.
Right.
Which, you know, I would too in most of my life if I were her. But in this case, no, you got to rely on your skill set to make some fashion.
All right, girl. Lydia, because I thought she looked like a clown, but apparently I don't know my fashion because they loved it. It was top tier to a certain degree. I'm just gonna run through this one more again because, girl, what? Okay.
I think that they want. This is what I was telling you in our pre-production conversation. I think they're running storyline on this because I don't think this is anything special. I don't think it's the worst. I think it's mid. I hate that wig. I hate the wig. Looks dirty. The wig looks like the wig looks like it's from the 70s and nobody's ever washed it. Like, you know, like that. Like, ooh. So I think that they want a storyline around the fact that they brought her back. So I think they're gonna have her win early, and then that'll be the end of it. We shall see. Maybe she'll surprise us, but I think that she was at the top for the storyline. I won't repeat myself again because I did it enough.
I didn't like it, but I love this.
Yep.
Go ahead, mistress. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Baudet. Seriously, nice call. Yeah, I mean, her shape is right.
Yes.
She's an either thinner lady these days.
I think she's weighing like 100 and something pounds already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very dramatic these days. It's very interesting because when they do flashbacks of her, you can see how much weight she's already even lost by this point. But but you have to do a flashback for me to really be able to tell. And these days it's like startling. You know, it's like, mistress, you have a giant head and a little body. But here, beautiful proportions, looking sexy, looking great. Good for you.
I just wish she would have had a blue shoe. I don't know. It's just
me. 100. I can get with that. I think she failed on getting enough blue in there. You could have put it some other places.
But I like it. I liked it a lot better than somebody else.
Absolutely. Anyway, that purse is cute. Yeah.
Now this was underwhelming. This is her a namesake twice removed. And this was it. This was the reveal, child. I mean, girl.
No pantyhose even. No pantyhose, just bare legging it. Nicole Paige Brooks has always relied on the fact that naturally her thin little body has gotten her around. You know what I mean? It's like your sexy older aunt that, like, you know, like, it's just so I love Nicole. It's very obvious. She didn't embarrass herself, but she didn't no.
It was underwhelming. It wasn't drag. It was something I would have done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think she's so far in what I've seen of the drag package she's brought, I think she was a little ill prepared to come back, like, to really, you know, like, not that it just feels like ma'am, you need to be bringing it, you know, like you can't just rely on your cute little body and these flat wigs.
Yeah, even the hair, like somebody said, it was just underwhelming overall. Like, girl, I mean, at least perhaps incorporate that yellow into it, you know, make it so that it's actually a part of the fit and not just on your. This is what I'm thinking. It was underwhelming from head to ankle.
I do think the stars like shooting off was a cute touch. You know, like, see, I don't think this is, like I said, if she were on a regular episode of Drag Race, I would say you didn't fully embarrass yourself, right? Like, this is not like an incomplete costume, but this is not great. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay, Nicole. You just, it's not your,
Now, bringing up the rear, letting these heifers know, listen, 3 snaps all around, just baby.
Yep. Now, I wasn't
fur, high waist, just girl, I would wear that.
Tailored pants.
I'd wear it.
See-through. Yeah, no, I mean,
Tomorrow.
Tina said, let me just show you hoes.
This reminded me of the outfit that Irene the Alien did that knocked it out of the park. It was so overwhelming. It was so opposite of what we just saw.
Yeah, that's very true, isn't it? You have quite the juxtaposition.
And I think it made more of an impact because it came right after the
I was about to say. Yep, and she's telling a story with the whole look. The sculpted hair, the frosted makeup, like, this is your genre or it's not. You cannot deny that this is really well made and very well put together.
Just look at this first, y'all. Just to go back.
She unzipped that lined coat and said, here's my outfit, including a tailored pair of pants.
That coat, like I think Michelle said, she was just like, wow, like, oh my God, girl. That looked like something that would be in a luxury line, somebody's luxury line somewhere.
Well, it's funny because I have to even say that considering how awful her drag was on her season, just as far as like ugliness, not necessarily quality, Tina, sorry, but truth, it makes this even more impressive because this is just a different level Tina Burner. Took the note, took the whole correction and said, splat ow, take that. Take this.
I wish I could have gotten her close up of her shoes. Even her shoes were embellished from head to toe. She did what needed to be done. Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. And that's why she and Lydia, I don't know.
That was a weird one for me. That was a weird one, I have to say. Yeah.
Georges was over Lydia.
I would have done Mistress.
Mistress, but not Lydia. No.
Yeah, no, they've decided, I'm telling you, I feel this is production. They've decided in the storytelling, this is how it's going. This is why. Production choices were made, not necessarily top talent. Although I think Tina absolutely deserved to be there.
For sure.
Yes.
And so, like we said, Tina and Lydia lip sync for the legacy on Love Sensation by, what's her name? Loliata Holloway. This was the song that Marky Mark sampled with his song Sensation Sweet was
right.
His song was. It's just a thing.
Good vibration. Good
vibrations. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, Mark, I haven't seen him for such a long time. Last time I saw him was at my aunt's funeral. He's such a cool guy. Anyway, that was Love Sensation, and Lydia won. I thought she did better in her.
Really? I felt they were pretty neck and neck, to be honest. I felt like at times Lydia got a little frenzied, like too much, and it was a little too wide, like desperate. But then I also thought she had some great elements of humor. I also thought Tina's reveal was way better than Lydia's. Lydia took the jacket off right away. It was like, what are you doing? That's a note that, like, I'm sure a lot of drag queens, I guarantee you, on the podcast that we listen to are going to have. Hold on to your reveal for even an 8 count. Okay, like, not that was the only reveal. If you have a jacket, like, give it a minute before you rip it off. But anyway, I wasn't. Lydia is a funny little character. She's not, you're kind of like, you almost don't want to give it to her, but then you kind of have to, Well, cute little talent.
She won, y'all. Needs the scores, y'all.
Yeah, ooh, I don't like her wigs. I don't like her wigs.
Lydia has 3. Tina has 2. Of course, like just a quick reminder, the top 2 queens get 2 points just from being top 2. The extra point for winning the lip sync. And then the bottom 4, which are Georges, Carrie, Mistress, and Nicole. They will give each of them will give their point to somebody next episode, as we're gonna see. Yes, can't wait to see you two.
Yes, other than themselves.
After all that dragging and carrying on they did getting ready for this runway challenge, child. Who knows who's gonna get whooped? I can't wait because I love me some Mistress Isabel Brooks. Whatever she's on, I'm a subscriber to her YouTube channel. I watch her. She is a hoot because she's always giving you something that she is entertaining. I can tell you that.
Absolutely. Yes. No, this was an entertaining opening episode. You know, we have shots fired. We're off to the races.
Okay.
We have twists and turns and unexpected winners. And we are going.
They should have named it Shots Fired this episode.
Right.
Well, y'all, that was it for Drag Race All-Star Season 10, Episode 4. Now, when you are not with me talking crap about whatever, where can we find you, Miss Erin?
You can catch me on Instagram and Threads at psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get your own psychic reading. You can also catch me on Facebook at Psychic Erin Boyd.
All right, y'all. That was it. Catch us next week for another episode. Hell, if they come back sooner, maybe we will too, like they did for the first bracket. But anywho, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like. And we will catch you next time for episode 5. All right, then. Bye, y'all. All day.